Welcome back to DIY D&D. This is the podcast where we play Dungeons and Dragons with no rules, more fun, and lots of boobs. I guess there actually technically hasn't been any boobs yet, but
I can make lots of boobs happen.
That's the premise of the show. So, my name is Jenny Sutton. I'm joined by my real life brothers. We played this game as kids, and now we're doing it as adults because we're way smarter and
a little more PG-13 this time around.
That's right. I was about to make a horrible joke about tween boobs, but I didn't. But I said it still. Okay, so we're joined by my brother.
Hey, my name is John Carlo Sutton, and I am playing Vroom Vroom, the ice cream truck.
Nice. My oldest brother, who is also our dungeon master.
Yes, I am the dungeon master.
He has no name. His name is Dungeon Master. And we also have a guest comedian on today. He's very funny. You may hear him on Du Bois podcast, which I recommend checking out. Daboyz, right?
Oh,
or
yeah.
S?
Yeah, Boyz.
Yeah,
What's
that's how
up?
it's technically spelled. Taj Rosario.
Hey, I'm happy to be here. Honored.
All right. Well, Steve, you wanna recap?
All right, last we left off, our heroes fought their way through preteen goth fairies and spike traps and an obnoxious bar owner who mysteriously exploded. And they managed to find their way to the castle of Princess Fantasia to find the lawyer who would help them, sign the obnoxious paperwork provided by their father to avoid paying child support. And apparently, somehow it managed to save the universe. For more details, you can listen in the last podcast. It's way too convoluted to explain now, but the fairy lawyer did warn them that more problems could arise from the signing of the paperwork.
So where are we now?
You're outside the office of the Fairy Goldberg, and you are...
So I've just signed...
Yes.
But I rolled poorly, right? So it's shoddily signed?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm also in my, Transformer mode.
And you guys look around and you notice that, wait a minute, Pippo is here, the Burger Dog's here, you guys are here, but Testicles' gun is replaced, and standing in Testicles' place, there's suddenly a mysterious character by the name of...
Bryce Swain. Or Bryce Swain, as my friends call me.
Oh, who the hell is this?
What happened? Where's Testicles?
I am, I have no idea who you're talking about. I'm rich. I'm annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
My parents never died, and I have a lot of money. And I don't like poor people.
Oh, well, it seems to fill in for Testicles pretty well.
Yeah.
But what about your balls? How big are your balls?
Oh, but average, probably small. I
Okay.
have small balls.
Well, that's good to know, I guess.
Testicles
Average.
probably feel threatened.
Yeah, that's true.
Good.
So Tesla's just has disappeared.
Yeah.
We don't know where he's gone. Well, I gotta say, I'm kind of happy about it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't have to dart him anymore.
That's true. All right. Well, so we've signed the papers. The
Yes.
world has not ended, and Bryce Swain is now appeared in the office.
Yes. Well, you guys are outside of you're not inside the
Okay.
office. He slammed the door
Yeah,
because
close
he's,
it
a
on us.
fairy lawyer. And, Princess Fantasia's mom walks down and she sees all of you and what do you say to her?
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Mrs. Fantasia. This is our new friend, Bryce. He kind of just showed up out
Yeah.
of nowhere. How did you get here?
A lot of people didn't like me, and I guess the world decided that I needed to be cast away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I was very rich, and I just was having my way.
Oh.
all right. Well, yeah. So this is him, Mom. Please don't fuck him.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard.
I signed the papers that Dad gave me.
Who the fuck are you people? What the hell? How did you get into my apartment? Honey, dear, could you come here? And all of a sudden your portal father comes around the corner.
What?
Uh-oh.
And he's like, yes, honey? Who are these people? Did you summon them here? No, maybe it was your sister who summoned them here. They seem like rejects. That would make... Who the fuck are you people?
What?
I'm clearly your daughter. I have a giant portal for a face and a half human body that is very similar to my mother.
I wondered about that, but daughter? Well, honey, it's proof that humans in portals can in fact make babies and make love. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Well, And then all of a sudden, there's a scream of frustration behind the Fairy Goldberg lawyer's door. So he kicks open the door and he's like, I knew this was gonna happen. Mrs. Fantasia, Portal Father, could you guys step aside? Can you guys come in here to the office? It's kind of like confidential, important, you know. All right. And so, your mother and your father agree to it, and do you guys enter into the office?
I guess so.
Yeah,
That's
it's
confusing.
So.
All right. You all enter the office, and the Burger Dog and Pippo joins you, and he door slams, and he's like, I knew this was going to happen. Damn. When you sign those papers, here's the thing. Absolving your father of paying child support. The way fairy magic works is that reality often will comport itself to fit within the guidelines of the law. Now, in order to make it legally binding to not pay child support, what happened was that you were technically never born.
Dun, dun, dun.
And so, therefore, it would make sense that your mother and father wouldn't even know who you are, but it also speaks volumes as to why they're still married.
I ruined their marriage?
Don't tell them that.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
That's
Who the fuck is this guy? Who is Bryce Swain?
Yeah. Oh, so I'm rich.
No, I'm asking the fairy guy, the lawyer.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing where, you know, time paradoxes and reality perturbations, they tend to kind of create these kinds of situations. Pippo. Yeah. Do you know who this guy is? Of course, man. He's been with us all the time. See what I mean?
Oh
See exactly what I mean. Yeah, he's rich and I'm rich and, like, we're all, like, trust fund kids. Yeah, we're cool. We're bros. I remember you, says the Burger Dog, but I also don't remember you, and I'm kind of, you know, conflicted, and I'm wondering if I'm going crazy. How do you guys feel?
I feel bad.
I also think I remember everything, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember Testicles? Do you guys, because I clearly remember him.
I remember Testicles.
Oh, I remember Testicles.
What about you, Mr. Bryce Swain?
I don't remember Testicles. I hear he's got giant balls.
Yep.
Dude, that sounds metal, says Pepper.
So if I rip up the thing I just signed, will everything go back to normal?
It's a bit more complicated than that, but before we get into the, you know, even want to create even more problems than, you know, are worth. Let me go outside and talk to your parents. I gotta, you know, word things a certain way.
Okay.
Oh my.
And so, the fairy Goldberg, he opens the door, and you guys follow him out, and he says, guys, the reason you don't remember these people is because, listen, you see that half human, half portal? That's your daughter. Really? Says the Portal Father. Well, here's the thing. Because of, like, legal, you know, innuendos and stuff, which I can't get into for reasons that you clearly understand. Yes, I do. Well, she is your daughter, but she's also not your daughter. And,
I have a question about Fairy Goldberg's accent.
yes.
Is he a Southern gentleman or a New York Jew?
Yeah, that was from Brooklyn.
I honestly wondered about that myself, but, you know, it's like, you know, we're fairies. We develop our own accent.
I'm not sure if I'm British or Australian at this point, too. Vroom Vroom's trying to figure that out.
You know, we have multiple dimensions we're working with here.
That's true.
So the Portal Father, look, it seems as if he's smart. He doesn't have facial features, but you can tell that he's thinking something over deeply. He's like, wait a minute. That would explain that godforsaken island floating in the middle of... And that would explain... Oh no, guys, everyone duck quick. Do you listen to him?
Yes.
He says, jump into me, quick, jump into me.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. All right.
Vroom
yes.
Vroom hops in the portal.
What do you
with
guys
little
think?
pancake feet.
The Burger Dog
Let's do
jumps.
it, Bryce. Let's do it.
I think if he's jumping in, I'll jump in.
All right, so everyone jumps in. Princess Fantasia jumps in, but unfortunately, he disappears before he even has a chance.
What?
Clearly, apparently against his will, and all of a sudden, there's an explosion in the walls, and something like almost like a boomerang kind of thing just like flies through, and he slows down, and he's almost like he's floating in midair, and you realize that it's a shark. Well, it's not really a shark. It's kind of like a two-headed shark with like the top half of the shark extended in one direction, and the top half of the shark. It's kind of like Siamese twin sharks, only no fins, and they joined at the waist.
The two heads.
Yes, it's a two-headed, two-bodied Siamese twin shark, and it's floating and spinning. And he says, "Swim, swim, hungry." And then the twin shark turns towards you, and he says, "Are you made of meat?"
I say, technically, yes, but also no.
I'm not. I can say that pretty confidently. I'm a truck.
Yeah, I think the dog would be. It's made out of burgers.
Mm-hmm, that's true.
Probably be a better meal.
Oh, don't eat burger, dog. Wait, so you like cat dog, but SharkShark? You know, dog? Oh, that's branded content.
Shark is
Never mind,
branded
bro.
contact.
Never mind.
SharkShark is branded content. No. Can I summon out of my portal a surgeon who can sever them and make them two different sharks?
Go for it, roll for it. What'd you roll?
16.
16. And out comes, a really skilled surgeon with a chainsaw / scalpel. He's just like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna, I'm
Give
here."
them their independence back.
Yes, I'm gonna give you your independence. And so he lunges at the giant shark thing, and he tries to hack the shark in half, but the shark turns around and gobbles him up
Aw.
and chews him up. "Meat tastes good." And the burger dog's like, "I didn't give you meat. I could just barf meat, Barf. And the burger dog barfs at a burger, and the shark says, "I want you. I'm going to eat all of you, meat or not. Meat!" And he swims around and he flies and he freaking knocks you guys all on your back, and he starts flying around just like, shattering, fucking up the castle and ruining furniture, and he's puking like, the guts of the surgeon and just all over the floor.
Oh,
And he's, the shark comes back and, he's lunging at you guys now. He's really, really pissed off, and he's really angry and really hungry. What do you do?
All right, I want to attempt to squirt my burger shake. Squirt into his mouth before he gets us.
Roll for it.
All right. So I ready my nozzle. I rolled a 6.
Roll the 6.
Yeah.
All right. So you, you don't squirt like ice cream per se, but you squirt kind of like a foam spray kind of thing, and it just gets in his eyes, and it just kind of pisses him off. And then the other half of his body turns around and whacks you, and he bites into a chunk of you. And now granted, because you are made of
Not
metal,
me.
his teeth get stuck in, and he finds out that but he just grows new teeth because he's a shark. Instantaneous. He's a magical shark. So
Jesus. I go, ow.
the burger dog, tries to barf a burger at him, but the shark just turns around, gobbles it, and then he tries to jump at the burger dog. The burger dog dodges. What do you do, Mr. Bryce?
Like for this shark to merge into one kind of disc-like creature that is powerless, just like a surfboard looking. Like both heads just merge into one.
How do you plan on making this happen?
I just wanted to,
Well, what are your you're a rich
He's very rich.
Yes,
You're
I'm
a rich
rich.
guy.
Can I press a button and this happens?
You probably pay for it, right?
Yeah,
With
well,
money?
I'd like to pay for some magician to show up and get this done.
Like maybe
The shark-
summon a magician for hire.
The shark looks at you and says, "You're not worthy of my meat eating,"
All right,
and he ignores you.
Thank God.
I summon out a identical Siamese shark leash.
All right, roll for it.
18.
18. You summon out, the shark leash, and it pops out of your head, and it, Pippo's like, "Here, check this out, man." And he sticks his hand up, and he guides it almost telekinetically, and it wraps around the shark's two heads, and now the shark is like flopping around on the ground. He's trapped.
Nice.
What do you do now?
I pick up the leash.
Pick the leash, okay. And what do you do?
So now I pick up the leash, I have the sharks, and I say, "Listen up, motherfuckers. I understand that shit's all fucked up right now, but I have this goddamn shark, and you guys need to explain what the fuck is going on.
All right. And then at your command and through your force of will, your portal father reappears, and he says, "I hate when that happens." You know, and he looks at your mother and says, "Your sister really has a lot of explaining to do." And then he says, "Is not your sister? You have an aunt. Your mother's
my
sister.
aunt.
Yeah." And so the portal father says to you, person who I'm not sure is or isn't my daughter, is the shark.
I'm your daughter. I'm 100%. I have a portal for a face. It's very apparent that I'm your daughter.
Lots of portals and lots of humans have, married before.
Oh, my God.
Jeez.
Yeah,
but
it's
right
tough.
now I trust you. But for the time being, is the shark properly bound?
Yeah, he's yeah.
All right, so the portal summons a picture. He takes a picture of it and he says, "I'm sending this to your." He looks at your mother and says, "I'm sending this to your sister. She's got a lot of explaining to do." And he throws it in, and then he says, "Okay, now that the shark is bound, come to me, shark." And the shark flies into the portal, and is like, "That annoying asshole has been a thorn in the side of this kingdom for God knows ever since that island, came here. Ugh." And he says, when did you mention the name SharkShark?
Yeah.
Because that's actually his name, SharkShark.
Oh, nice.
SharkShark has been terrorizing the...
It seems appropriate.
Yeah, SharkShark. My sister told me that he would stay put and not even leave the island, but apparently, ever since that goddamn Fire and Water Festival's been announced, he's been... And then the burger dog says, "The Fire and Water Festival," and people says, "Haven't you heard? The floating island with a mountain on top. Recently, the mountain on top of it caught fire, and some rich fairy was like, dude, man, this sounds like an awesome place to have a concert." and ever since the Fire and Water concert's been announced, SharkShark has been terrorizing the land and gobbling up fairy towns and gobbling up elf towns and generally just being an asshole and fucking shit up. SharkShark is a menace to this kingdom, and the problem is that the island that he hails from was teleported here conditional upon me marrying your quote unquote mother. And unfortunately I can't just divorce your mother because it's complicated. That being said, your quote unquote aunt promised me that SharkShark would remain to that island and keep contained whatever was meant to be contained there. The island, I don't know what exactly is being kept on that island, but holding a damn Fire and Water Festival on that island is going to be a shit show of epic proportions, and it's not just agitating SharkShark.
I have a question, though.
Yes?
Are there going to be models at the festival?
Yes, that's what's being promised.
Is there going to be jet skis and models?
Probably.
Is
Ja Rule gonna be there?
Yeah.
Who the hell is Ja Rule?
He's I mean,
He was pretty
he's
big in
great.
the
He had that
early
song with
2000s.
Ashanti. What would I be without you? You never heard that song?
No, I've never heard that song. This is me. I'd have to speak with my portal buddies who have portals to other, realms, but I don't know.
Dad, you're such a square.
Well, anyway, you have to put an end to this Fire and Water Festival and find out what the hell is driving SharkShark to
You're
keep
right.
on.
We should go to the Fire and Water Festival. That sounds
I
awesome.
think that sounds exact. I think this could be a very good situation for Bryce as
Yeah,
well.
Bryce.
Yes,
I
sounds
don't,
like
I
it
don't know
might be
you
up
well,
your
but I
alley.
feel like.
Models. I'm
Yeah.
there. I'm trying
And
to
people say-
Influences, maybe?
People
Do you know
says-
when this festival is going to be?
I don't know when, but they've been building up to it. Some scumbag fairy lawyer, not you, Goldberg, some other scumbag fairy lawyer has been promoting this event as being awesome. And Pippa says, "Well, yeah, it's like a mountain on fire. It's awesome. Of course, that would be a great place to have."
So SharkShark has to go back to this island?
Well, SharkShark was the part of all this says SharkShark was meant to guard the island to keep contained whatever was meant to be contained on that island. And something apparently is driving SharkShark to, fly around and fuck up my kingdom.
Does this festival cost money?
Yeah, it costs a lot and lots of money.
Well, Bryce, I don't know you very well, but it seems like you have lots and lots of money.
I do.
Yeah. Do you have any interest in going to this festival with us?
I would love to go. I'll pay for everyone.
Oh, sick.
Seems like you guys are all broke and need a hand.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm an ice cream check.
Well,
that wasn't very
have
nice,
much
says the
money.
burger dog.
Yeah, that's what they used to tell me. I'm working on that. I'm trying to be a nicer guy.
Maybe if some
how
tragedy
much
happened.
Bryce has grown in this short
Yeah,
span of
I
time.
agree.
I don't think you should be here, Bryce. You seem like a nice guy.
I know.
Little by little, step by step, they say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, getting to that island will be tough because it is kind of a floating island. It's surrounded by a moat, which is also suspended in the air for some reason. And at the center of this island, there is a mountain, and it is on fire. So I would be very, very... I honestly don't know how the hell they've even managed to market such a thing, considering how inaccessible it really is.
Instagram.
What's Instagram?
Oh, my God, Dad! All right, how do we get to this island?
Well, do any of you know how to fly? And Pippo says, yeah, man, I'm a fairy. I know how to fly. We're all flyers. and then your mother, who I'm not saying this in quotes because I know she's your mother. She says, well, we can get one of our guardian creatures. And then the portal father says, well, how the heck are they supposed to swim? I mean, it's not like we have a stream of water heading there. And then the portal father says, well, I think there are designated water ports, airports, whatever, situated along the river that might be able to get you there. So I suggest going downstream of one of the 4 rivers, from this island. And if you're lucky enough, you'll know when you come across such a place. And although they may charge exorbitant fees, they will find a way to transport you to this island.
Okay.
So,
All right.
I've got a question, though.
yes.
So the mom is clearly the mom, but the dad's in question whether or not this portal is the father of Fantasia. Is that correct?
It sounds like there was a memory wipe after
'Cause I
Jen
signed
signed
the
this
paper.
document, which
Yeah.
changed reality.
She basically was born,
father
but
knew.
And I
simultaneously
think
not
it's
born.
bullshit because he just doesn't want to pay child support.
Yeah, this whole time I'm thinking, is she just banging all these portals? And they don't know which one is the dad?
Well,
Maybe.
that was
Maybe.
an aunt. Yeah,
Never
we gotta
know.
figure out what this aunt's up to.
We don't want to slut shame the portals, though.
No, definitely not.
All right.
All right, well, that was...
Sounds like we go to the Fire and Water Festival.
All right, let's
sounds fun.
find these
It
rivers.
sounds metal. I'm totally down for this, man.
Hell yeah.
All the rich fairies are going there.
Nice.
All my friends from prep school. Man, it's going to be awesome. And the burger dog says, I have a bad feeling about the... And he barfs out a burger before he can finish his sentence, but you know what he meant.
Yeah.
Oh, Burger Dog.
So where is this river?
Well, this castle is on an island, and there are 4 rivers going one north, one south, one east, one west. Whichever one you pick, there's bound to be a river port or a water port that will be able to get you to the island.
All right.
And we have the sweet music bridge that we made last
true.
time that we can maybe get there.
Yeah.
The music, yeah.
I say
All
let's
right.
go.
I say I'll try and play my jingle and create a bridge to get to this river. Sound good, team?
Sounds good.
Sounds
All right.
good.
So I'd like to do that.
So basically,
You don't have to roll for it; it just goes off.
Hey!
What was?
What is the jingle?
I only know. That's the only song I know. I'm afraid.
All right. So you guys leave the castle now. Do you turn back into your ice cream truck form?
Oh yes, I turn back into my truck. I go.
All right. And I'm assuming you guys all bored, and
Hop in.
and the burger dog jumps in, and he sticks his head out the back window, and he's like, "I love road trips. I always do." And Pip was like, "I could technically fly, but I just like riding in cars because that's cool." And remember, you do have a pair of like metal spiky wheels on the back.
I do. Yes. Good
Yeah.
traction now.
Just
Sweet.
it's a reminder.
Yeah.
All right.
And so you want to head to the musical bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right. And so your father and mother bid you farewell, even though they're kind of confused as to like why
I
you're
give
doing
him the finger.
it. All right. And so you're driving and you see that the musical bridge is just as real as ever. And Papo says, wait a minute, I remember that bridge. You all remember except for Bryce Swain. Let that sink in for a minute. It is kind of important to the plot, although not tangential to the development of the plot, but...
Yeah, I made a bridge out of music.
It was
Pretty
awesome
cool. It's pretty
music.
cool, yeah.
It was the power of music and friendship and happiness and like what's on the inside of us that made this bridge manifest and real. Yeah, it was awesome. The fact that bridge is still there, it stands the test of time, memory, perturbations of reality. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of
That
it.
bridge exists in all dimensions and all time perfectly because music transcends dimensions and time reality.
That's a really good point, Burger Dog.
Yeah.
Thank you. I want to have a burger. And he barfs out a burger without even waiting for you to say yes. And there's like a burger that's
I've been
on
careful about that one, Fantasia.
I did just give my parents the finger.
Yeah.
I say no thank you, Burger Dog. But thank you for the Burger Dog.
Why are you afraid that you're a bad person?
I don't know if I'm afraid that I'm a bad person. I think I love that I'm a bad person.
I think she's pretty self-aware, Burger Dog.
Oh well, you can't win them all. And so the burger dog gobbles up the burger and is like, I'll save that burger for another time.
Thanks, Burger Dog.
Thank you, Burger Dog. Yeah, Bryce, I wouldn't eat any of these burgers. I know you're turning a new leaf, but just to be on the safe side.
They keep throwing them up. I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see if anyone along the way. You can see what happens.
All right, so where are we headed to from the...
Well, the musical, you're halfway across the musical bridge and you notice that at a 45-degree angle to your left and to your right, there is a river. One goes north and one goes west. You know, the bridge crosses the moat, but the river.
At a 45-degree angle.
From where the island is, yes. So
Oh, okay.
it's in the middle. It's on the musical bridge traverses the moat, but the river is basically north and west, and you're basically pointed at a 45-degree angle in between the two.
Oh, okay. And so we're just rolling up to the
Yeah.
the island
You-
now?
Well, you're about to leave down, but you're on the musical bridge. Do you want to use the power of music to get to one of the rivers, or do you want to just like take the long circuitous route and get to one of the rivers?
I say we use the power of music.
I think we use the power of music.
Mhm.
I muster all of my creative strength, and I sing my one song.
I roll for it.
18.
Yes. All right. You are all
It's a much cooler route.
musical beats and colorful notes emanate from the truck and emanate inside you all, and basically sparks and magic and rainbows fly out, and the musical bridge starts thumping. And pretty soon the musical bridge just like turns you all into a bolt of lightning riding on a rainbow, and it sends that rainbow to the northern river. And the rainbow, upon making contact, you all land and the lightning stops being lightning, and you all turn back into yourselves, and that is a epic display of the power of music.
I didn't know I could do that. It's a good song though, right, guys?
Yeah.
I think that was lovely. Dude, man, that was cool. I know they don't like that kind of music, but that man, it made me just like feel like I was flying.
Yeah, I feel like I really lost all of my previous pretensions about EDM. Bryce, I know that you've just been transported here, and I appreciate you coming along this journey with us.
Thank you.
But we're gonna need all your
We're
money.
gonna need probably millions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many millions do you need?
I don't know. I have to see.
Yeah.
Don't
Just all of it?
they have those bracelets?
Oh yeah, we could get those
We have to get
bracelets. That'd be
those
sick.
Sweet bracelets that get us anywhere on fire, water.
Yeah, I heard that they have a luxury suites also. I mean, I know it's not necessary, but if you really want to take in the experience of the
Yeah.
Fire and Water Festival, I feel like
We're gonna have to do this right.
yeah.
Think
There's
you
a
need all my
bungalow, I believe. we
Oh
can get,
yeah,
the
yeah,
bungalow
yeah. We
package.
could do a bungalow. We
Yeah.
could do the cheese sandwich. That's $1,000, but I mean we're gonna need something.
I'll give you half of all of my money
Woo!
because what's money to me, you know?
Oh,
I'll just
wow.
make more.
I'm beginning to warm up to you, says the burger dog.
Nice.
I'm starting to think you can eat a burger. Not gonna lie, I don't think you're a bad person, Bryce. I think you're
Yeah.
a very good person.
I'm on
Yeah.
a diet.
All right. So are we headed towards the north?
Yes, you're driving alongside there. You obviously don't have swimming gear. Okay, driving along, vroom vroom vroom, and you begin to see a town off in the distance, and there seems to be several piers coming from, which indicates that it's what your father indicated.
Ooh.
And as you drive closer and closer, you notice that there are that there are more ferries flying around, and Pippa says, "Whoa, yeah, we're totally heading towards a ferry stop. This is like, I think I'm getting a good vibe about this place, man." And
Nice.
so
Me too.
you drive closer and closer, and you see that it's a town swarming with fairies and elves and the occasional human and longshoremen and women in white flowy gowns are at the piers. And so what do? You finally stop. You're at the
Okay.
border of the town now.
Let's
Alright,
go
well.
find out about the festival, right?
See how we get in.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, this is the social event of the year.
Yeah. So you guys get out. You all get out of the car, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. So you get out of the car, and as you're approaching the town, you notice that off in the distance there's a sphere of water, and it's coming closer
Oh, shit.
and closer and closer, and pretty soon the sphere of water is hovering right over the town, and then water drops, and it doesn't flood the town per se, but it's almost like a really heavy downpouring, and everyone screams like, "Oh my god, what the fuck!" And they look up, and then one person points up and screams, "It's SharkShark! Everyone run!"
Oh,
So people scream, and SharkShark goes, "Swim, swim, hungry!" And SharkShark starts spinning around and starts jumping around, and he goes down and he gobbles up an elf, and he,
Oh no!
swims back up again, and he basically, and people are, the fairies are shooting, whatever they can at him. There's a human with a human archer firing bows and arrows at him, and
so there's like
and in
a
the
floating orb of water that SharkShark's jumping in and out of.
yeah.
I want to make a complaint on the Fire and Water Festival website.
Oh, good call.
Do you have access to like the internet in this universe? I mean, you can try. You can roll
No,
for
but
it.
I'm
Go for it.
pissed.
All right.
I
Roll
think
for it.
you know what? I think that actually Vroom Vroom should have Windows 95 somewhere in there, like a really janky desktop that you have to do like AOL dial-up with.
All right. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6, and so you reach into your portal head, trying to reach a dimension where the internet actually exists. You can
Right.
give it to him later, but for the time being, and instead,
I mean, this festival doesn't even have like Wi-Fi. It's crazy.
yeah, and instead you end up touching a Linux console.
Oh no!
And it explodes.
God damn it!
And so SharkShark is now heading towards you, right towards you.
Okay, I would like to squirt a healthy dose of vanilla ice cream right into the orb to like kind of blind.
Well,
it.
the orb has temporarily rained down upon the city, and so
Oh, so it's not like he goes back into it. It's like
no,
now it's
yeah, like he dropped the water on the town, and now he's just floating around and
Right.
just eating the crap out of people and busting through. He's also like bursting through houses like the Kool-Aid Man, only he goes "Ugh," rather than saying like, "Oh yeah." He's just like flying around and just being a dick. And one thing you notice about SharkShark is that like because he doesn't have like an anus, like whenever he eats someone, it just comes out the other end
Okay.
and barfs it out. So there is
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
yeah, SharkShark is really he is a disgusting creature.
Yeah, centipede situation thing going
Yeah.
there. Well, all I could do is shoot ice cream. Folks. I probably can't be too helpful here. We've learned he doesn't want to eat burgers.
I could lodge another complaint.
Here, try using my console. And then I want to flip open, like there's a panel inside the truck that has like a really big fat old 90s desktop computer, and you have to log into AOL first though.
All right, roll for it.
14.
14. All right, you successfully managed to lodge a complaint. However, a bar pops up and says, complaint being lodged, and it's a slow crawl. Estimated time,
Damn it.
1 day, 3 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And is it doing like the AOL noises?
Yeah. And SharkShark is like basically at this point, just about everyone has fled the town now. SharkShark is really just like
Anywhere I could purchase a cage or 2 muzzles.
you don't have to
Giant
purchase
muzzles.
anything. All the shopkeepers have basically bailed and run. Like it's 4-figure discount for everyone, man.
Yeah, I'd like to offer SharkShark $1 million to let us have this festival. Does money mean anything to SharkShark?
No, it
We
doesn't.
can see. Oh.
Good lord,
Damn it.
this shark cannot be bought.
All right,
That's an admirable quality about an otherwise horrible creature. Excuse the burger dog.
Wait, guys, what's the only thing that could be a shark? A shark.
Oh! I summon out a shark.
All right.
7.
7. Oh no! You summon out a minnow, and the minnow flies to the SharkShark, and SharkShark gobbles up the minnow, and he says, "Tasty! You have more of this."
Oh, yeah, I do for sure.
All right,
Summon out minnow.
all right, roll for it.
But wait, before we feed it to him,
What'd you roll?
Let's slip a burger in there.
Yes.
Slip a burger in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I rolled a 9.
All right. So
But I'm gonna Vroom's gonna spray his magical burger.
and I'll barf the burger, and I'm gonna roll for that, obviously. And I rolled a 16, so we got a really potent burger, and you've got the minnow at him, and you roll the ice cream.
20.
20. All right. So the powers combine, they activate, and so the minnow exponential merges with the ice cream, merges with the burger, and the burger flies up and throws it at SharkShark, and SharkShark gobbles it up.
Nice.
And he's like, tasty. Me like meat. Swim hungry. And then all of a sudden, uh-oh. And then the other side of SharkShark barfs out, a bunch of ground beef. And then he begins to inflate, and then he explodes, raining blood and guts all over the town.
Jeez.
I would like to lodge a complaint.
Logical point.
12.
12. Well,
It's still loading, right?
yeah, but it's loading a little faster, but
Yeah, yeah.
not fast enough.
Can I get Twitter or something? These people gotta know.
Not
This
yet.
is bullshit.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, the people come out and say, thank you for saving us from SharkShark, but fuck you for getting all this crap all over us. And all of a sudden, as if like on cue, all the crap comes and it starts levitating off the ground and off the water and off people's bodies, and SharkShark rematerializes and says, fuck you people, me swim hungry, eat later. And then all the water comes back up and forms into a sphere around him, and SharkShark flies off into the atmosphere, and you don't see him.
Okay.
Me be back, swim hungry, eat for another time.
works.
I'd like to know where Ja Rule is. I was promised that he would be here. Who can we
Ja
talk
Rule-
to?
I don't think we're-
Rule doesn't exist in this universe.
We're also not. Are we on the fire? Are we there? Are we like?
You're at the place that can deliver you to the Fire and
Right,
Water
yeah,
Festival
okay.
on the island. You see off in the distance there is a floating island with a mountain on fire,
Right.
which Pippo remarks is, badass, but you're at the port that can deliver you to the island, but you are not at the Fire Festival itself.
All right. So
Let's
you guys
go.
want to go to Fire Festival? Fire and Water? Sorry. Fire and Water Festival.
I'd say so.
What do you think, Bryce?
Yes, I'd like to see this festival.
Okay.
And so the longshoreman and the floating woman comes up to you and says, and the longshoreman speaks on her behalf. She's telepathically communicating to me, saying that, since you have saved us from SharkShark, at least temporarily, we will grant you, a discounted, not a free, a discounted trip to the Fire Water Festival.
How much is it?
How much is it? How much? Hey, you have a. Who's this fellow's name?
My name is Bryce Swain.
You look like a rich asshole. How much money you got?
Oh, I've got a lot of money.
Oh,
Yes.
I can spot a rich asshole from a mile away, man.
Yes. Yes, your eyesight is 20/20, it appears. I would like to slap this disrespectful person with $100
Ooh.
in the face.
All right, roll for it.
14.
14. You succeed in doing so, and he respects, the wealth and the bling and the power that comes with it.
You can have that 100.
All right. So, all right. And so he basically looks at the woman with the flowy gown who's kind of turning transparent, ghosting now, and he whispers into her ear. And she nods, and she slowly begins to morph into a giant, whale. And the whale grows a pair of wings, and the whale catches fire. But it's just for show. You can tell, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what you pay for.
And he's like, "Get on board or climb on the inside of the whale."
Well, she's on fire, so we should probably go inside, eh?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's just to prevent pirates from hijacking, and it also burns a bird poop when it lands on the it's just a precautionary measure.
All right.
I mean, it makes sense. You're heading for the Fire and Water Festival. Might as well ride on a whale on fire.
All right.
So all the chum's off, right? I don't have to clean my car.
No, yeah,
use windshield wipers or anything. Okay.
SharkShark rematerialized and all the chum. Yeah.
All right. Let's go in.
Let's do it. Let's hop in the whale.
All right. So the whale turns and it opens its mouth, and you drive on in, and
we're off?
yeah, we're off. So you're on the inside of this translucent whale, and you can kind of see its organs, throbbing and pulsing. It's kind of cool and psychedelic.
Mm-hmm.
And Pippa's like, "Dude, man, this is almost as trippy as the music bridge. And it's on fire. I can see the guts being illuminated and everything. This is like an awesome way to fly. One of these days, if I ever decide to get a job and work, I'm gonna invent air travel that subjects you to these kinds of whatever. You get my point."
Pippo, are you on shrooms?
No, I'm always on shrooms. I'm a fairy.
Oh.
Fairies are always mistaken for being on shrooms all the time. That's just how our minds work.
I go, Mr. Bryce Swain, have you been to many concerts from where you're from?
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there.
All right. So wait, are we going to the festival because your father sent us, or do we just think it's cool?
It's just cool.
It's just cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it's metal.
I forgot why.
I have a bad feeling about this festival, says the burger dog.
Oh, here comes the
Well, you don't want to harsh anyone's
He's a
buzz,
buzzkill.
burger dog.
Yeah, seriously.
What do you think about this, Mr. Bry?
I think it's gonna be a great time. Seems like there's gonna be a lot of fairies I can relate to up there.
Mm-hmm. Models,
Yeah.
bottles, throttles,
Titties.
titties, biddies.
We did say there'd be titties.
I'm going through an emotional crisis with my family, so I need to listen to Ja Rule.
Ja
Right.
Rule is in here apparently.
I mean, not the Ja Rule you think of. It's actually a mystical monster creature.
Yeah, J-A-H.
Ja Rule.
And he rules.
Yeah.
All right. You guys have been traveling this entire time, the fire translucent whale has been swimming, and he's been getting closer and closer. The island is, getting closer and closer to you, and you can see that it looks pretty, epic. You could imagine if we had access to copyrighted music, fantasy music, it would be blaring in the background. But it's not, so we're just going to use royalty-free, from a Compotech, whatever. But, and you notice that basically there's another whale on fire that's coming at you from the opposite direction.
Okay. Like a
And-
bad way.
Well, you're not sure whether it's coming at you to get you or whether it's just trying to get the fuck out of there.
Okay.
Hmm.
Huh.
All right, I want to look out. Are there windows in this whale? Is
Well,
there a way of,
there's no need for windows in these kinds of whales because they're translucent,
Oh.
and you just have to be able to gaze through the fire, really.
I want to try to inspect the other whale and see what's going on in there.
All right, we'll roll for it.
Turn on my high beams. With a 4.
4. You don't see shit.
Looks good to me.
All right.
I just need to listen to Ja Rule.
Any ideas, Bryce? You know, there's a whale coming at you, and it seems kind of perturbed. It's a whale on fire. It's translucent, and you can kind of hear screams emanating from the inside of the whale.
Jeez. Well, I've just got these $sign-ograms. I don't think they're gonna hurt this whale. So, well, I'll motion the whale to stop. Is that stop? My hands up in the
The
air.
only problem is that, like, you know, you're inside a whale covered with fire, and the
I'm in a whale still.
Well, yeah, you're still in the whale, and
There's
Right,
another
it's like a
whale coming
boat,
at
yeah.
us.
A whale coming at us.
yeah,
Oh.
and so it's like you really can't see out of the haze of fire.
Oh,
I-
The whale hear us.
I can summon
Can we change lanes?
I can summon a megaphone.
Go for it.
18.
18. You summon a huge ass megaphone, and it's
I
almost
say-
glowing. It's like that big and efficient looking. So what do you say?
Say, hey, what's going on? What's good with the fire and water festival?
All right, and all of a sudden the whale comes to a stop, and it basically turns around, and it's now swimming by your whale, and you can hear screams of "Turn back while you still can! Turn back!
Oh, no.
Turn! Just ride!"
That actually kind of sounds fun.
Yeah, I think they just
Sounds
I think-
metal, man.
I think they're just jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mountain on fire, and like SharkShark was coming from there apparently. So any place where SharkShark comes from, I mean, it's horrible, but it sounds kind of like exciting, man.
Yeah, I think also maybe my aunt will be there.
Did they say that? I don't remember.
Yes, it's true. Your aunt is a reason as to why this island is there.
Oh.
Ah, well, I got to get to know this bitch, so let's go, guys.
All right. So you continue to swim on. You get closer and closer and closer, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, once again, an orb of water pops up. You're at the ring of water that surrounds the island. You can clearly see the mountain on fire.
Are there any models though?
You're still too far away, but and you see SharkShark, and SharkShark is looking at you, and he's like, he's about to lunge at you, but then all of a sudden he turns around and lunges back at. Basically, there's a fracas going on the ground. It appears
What's a
that there's like
fracas?
kind of like you see beams.
Like a fight.
Yeah, you see beams of light, emanating from the pit of the mountain, and you see beams of light, emanating from the beach towards the mountain, and
Sick.
and so SharkShark is instead distracted, and he flies out of sight.
Where'd
He
it go?
was about to attack you, but he seems to be preoccupied with something else.
All right. I think this is our opportunity.
All right, you guys want to advance?
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. And so the whale finally lands at its destination. It lands in the water, and the fire is still going because it's magical fire. So, and it lands on it beaches itself on the shore, and you guys obviously you get out, and the whale, the flames go off, and the whale morphs back into the flowy woman, and she extends out a hand, and Pippa says, "Yeah, she's expecting a tit, man."
Oh, here. You can have whatever is in my pocket, I guess. $20.
Roll for it.
That's enough. I got a 10.
You got a 10? Yeah, you give her $20, and she takes it, and she looks at it, and she, has this facial comportment of like entitlement, but she's like, whatever, job's a job, and she, flies back down to the ground. And you can kind of look down, and you can almost see through the water, like it's hovering right above the land. You can see the castle Fantasia off in the distance. You can see the river that's feeding the dome of water, like coming downwards from the sky. It's a really awesome sight. And behind you, you're illuminated by a mountain on fire, and there's an entire war. And apparently, SharkShark you can't see him, but he's apparently in the.
He's nearby.
Yeah.
There's a big fight going on.
Yes.
Between SharkShark and.
Yeah, SharkShark seems to have been distracted by whatever epic fight was going on between these
Two factions.
So you're telling me we paid all this money for a sick-ass fire and water festival, and all that's happening is chaos, tomfoolery.
I don't think we paid
Definitely
yet,
some
though.
tomfoolery.
Yeah, I'm excited to see tomfoolery. They said tomfoolery would be there.
This is like the perfect place for tomfoolery. That's
Yeah. He would do great here. Well, so is there a bar?
No, it's just an uncharted island. Now, off in the distance, you can see basically a handful of what looks like fairies and wizards just spewing like destructive magical fireballs and beams of light at whatever is coming out of the mountain.
All right, let's go talk to them.
Do it. All right,
All right.
so we drive up.
All right, you drive up, and all of a sudden, it appears that there's a rearguard faction of fairies and wizards that were there to like basically look for being outflanked, and they turn around and they say, "Who goes there? Oh, it's Quig!" And before they even give you a chance to ask the question, they shoot the wizard shoots a beam of water at you, and it smacks you right in the
The windshield?
the windshield.
Oh.
And then another wizard shoots another beam. It's even bigger. What do you do?
It's just water?
It's water. You don't know. It could be.
Oh.
But water in and of itself is powerful. I mean,
This is
No,
true.
I
Let's not
gotcha.
forget Hurricane Katrina.
yeah.
It's very true. I think I want to first just like, on my little megaphone thing, like, hello, is there a festival going on here? What's going on, mates? I also turn on my windshield wipers.
All right. Roll for it.
8.
8. They said this is a festival, but it's not what we were promised. Man, it's every man for himself, including you. Get the fuck off this island. And then
Whoa.
the beam of water, which froze in midair, continues and heads towards
Bryce, you seem like you're one of these people. Is there anything you can say to them? Do you think that would, calm them down?
Yeah, it's just been a lot of chaos, and I'm just gonna start throwing some of these $sign-grabs.
All right.
I've just had it, they're just taking my money and they're just attacking me constantly.
Roll it.
12.
12. All right, you throw a fair amount of cash. Now some of the dollar bills do disentangle themselves from the wad of cash, but most of it hits the target, and they look at you and they're like, "We used to be like you, and we were forced to see the error of our ways, and that just pisses us off even more." So so the water hits you and boom, it knocks the truck's knocked over to the side.
Oh, shit.
And so basically now an army
what if we
an
just
army
started
of like
blasting Ja Rule?
JAH.
Yeah.
Rule.
an army of
Okay.
wizards are coming closer and closer and closer, and they're like they're really
Okay.
they look like very disagreeable, very
Okay, well, I think I'll try and buy some time by just squirting a bunch of ice cream that maybe they could slip on or something.
Go for it.
While I'm on the side. A 4.
Roll a 4. You squirt the ice cream, but the wizards easily blow it all away.
I pull out my megaphone and start singing an interpretation of Ja Rule's "Where Would I Be Without Glue?"
And I'll play backup. The one song
8.
I know.
Roll an 8.
Can I support that as well?
Yes.
With my okay. So I rolled a 4. Yeah.
All right, what comes out is an indecipherable mess that just pisses off the wizards even more.
God damn it.
And as they're about to deliver the killing blow to you, what ends up happening is SharkShark comes from down below and gobbles them all up one by
Hey,
one.
SharkShark.
Okay.
He basically just gobbles them up, and the other wizards, the surviving, turn around and they shoot beams of water at SharkShark, and he turns around and he gobbles them up and bites them, and then he flies back off into the conflict. So this horrible creature apparently just saved you guys.
All right.
Hey.
Oh, maybe that's my aunt.
Oh.
That's actually pretty good insight.
Interesting.
I'm not
theory.
going to say if it's actually relevant, but it's
Okay.
a very, very good insight.
Okay.
Ooh. All right. Well, I'm guessing this is not a festival, you guys. We should maybe look for your aunt.
All right.
Yeah.
We've come too far.
So you guys, the battlefield has currently been cleared as everyone's chasing after SharkShark, who, whether deliberately or accidentally just like saved your lives.
Right.
But, and as you're approaching,
I also tilt myself back over, I guess. Use
All right.
my wheels to push myself back up.
all right. And then what happens is a white light emerges in front of you, and out pops a woman who looks remarkably like your mother.
Well, I think I know who this is. Ja Rule.
Ja Rule?
Oh, are you?
Hi, Mrs. Poe.
Who sent you people?
This is kind of awkward, but I think I might be your niece. My name is Fantasia.
Oh, Fantasia. Yeah, that makes sense. Yes. Did my sister have a daughter? She would have told me. I would have known actually.
Well,
Something if she didn't tell me.
I think they were kind of embarrassed by me because I was like too cool and attractive for the family.
I think we also changed time and space a little bit.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I signed a thing for my dad, the portal, because so he didn't have to pay child support. It's a long story.
This figures. This. I'm trying to make sense of this to the best of my abilities, but I can only kind of sort of. I'm going to grant permission for your father to come here. And she utters a name that's incomprehensible to your ears, and she says, I hereby give permission for you to come to this realm, and I bid SharkShark, not attack thee. And so what happens is another white light appears, and it's your father, who still is not quite certain of,
Yeah. He's a piece
yes.
of shit.
And he's like, why would you give me permission to come here? I thought I was not allowed to this place. Well, I think that you have a lot of explaining to do to these fine people.
Like, kind of like I Love Lucy.
Well, since you gave me permission, I am allowed to speak on this behalf. But and so your portal father, he begins to say, in the beginning, right before I met your mother, there was, and tune in next time as we find out the mystery.
Whoa! Thanks so much for listening, guys. We'll see ya next week.